Can you be friends with someone that does not share the same core values as you? I personally could not, because I live my life by five principles. And if they're not aligned with the person that I am pursuing a friendship with or any form of relationship with, then that person will never be a part of my life. We have to have the same core values for us to progress. Now we can like different movies, we can like different music, but our core values still have to be the same. You'll never know how important that is until you reach a certain point in life when differences tear you apart, as opposed to showing you something beautiful about life. There are occasions where your differences balance you out. For example, if you're super organized and your friend is disorganized, that doesn't mean that your friendship can't work. It could mean that that's the perfect blend or the perfect recipe for a friendship. Sometimes, if you have the same personality as another individual, that creates conflict. Two strong personalities can lead to chaos. So, personality traits aren't core values. Core values are, do you believe in justice? Do you believe in world peace or global warming? Things that really, really define you as a human being. That at their core, they make you who you are, and they define you. And are you willing to sacrifice that to either be something that you're not or conform to the ideal of others? Like, what is the significance of believing in something so near and dear to you and then have another individual, maybe step on those beliefs, or that, those core values that define who you are as a person? So I would like to discuss my five core values that, in order for us to engage in any form of relationship, they have to be the same. And it's not exact, obviously, but they are the most important things to me when saying that someone is my friend. And if these tenets aren't met, then I will never say that I'm friends with an individual. The first thing is loyalty matters. You cannot be my friend and consort with my enemies. You can't hang out with my rival, because where is the loyalty in that? How can I trust that if you know that someone is my enemy, you're gonna sit, eat with them, and say that person is conspiring against me? Are you going to be loyal to me and tell me that your other friend is conspiring against me? Probably not in most cases. And if you do, now you have to choose one. So you might as well just choose on the onset. And if I have to question loyalty, then there is no possibility in no world in which we can be friends. I remember watching Captain America Civil War. And spoiler alert, when the scene came up where Captain America said to Tony Stark that, Bucky is his friend before betraying the Avengers, and Tony Stark says to him, "You're my friend too." Mind you, Captain America was friends with Tony Stark's father, and Bucky killed both of Tony Stark's parents. And Captain America knew that Bucky killed his parents and ate with him, hung out with him, fought alongside him, and in the end chose Bucky. And all the while, Tony Stark thought they were friends. That's the perfect example that you cannot serve two masters, because in the end, He chose his oldest friend. He he chose his friend even though he knew that his friend had done horrific things. Meanwhile, the person that thought that they were friends was left hurt. And so that is just one of the most memorable moments in that movie. And that's one of my favorite movies of all time, Captain America Civil War. It's there's just so many layers to it. It's so nuanced that even though it's a fictional world, it has such humanity to it, right? The wide range of emotions, of betrayal, what it means to be a friend, and how do you go about resolving your differences when someone is fundamentally different from you. You believe that you should work with others, and someone else believes that no, we should do it ourselves and do what we want because we have the power to do it. So again, loyalty is everything. And if you're not loyal, or the idea of someone not even being loyal, that would never come to pass. Because if I have to second guess your motives or intentions, then there's no trust. And if there's no trust, then there's no loyalty. And if there's no loyalty, why even go down that path in the first place? I need to know that you'll have my back at all times, as I will have your back at all times. I don't know if most people even think about the idea of what loyalty means in today's, day and age. Like, what is loyalty? The fact that we just say that we're friends, or is loyalty truly having each other's backs through thick and thin, through dumb decisions and procrastinations? Secondly, my friends have to challenge me intellectually and emotionally. Life is about growth, and I cannot be stagnant. I need to be constantly stimulated, and I know I don't know everything. So sometimes by picking the brains of my friends, I learn so much, and you know, the growth that I and experience that I get is the same as getting a new college degree. That's how I've always looked at it, and emotionally as well, because I'm not perfect, and I won't always say the right thing. I may not always have the perfect punchline, you know, and so having friends that are emotionally intelligent and intelligent for intelligence sake can save you from a lot of heartache. I mean, there are times where I just want to completely eviscerate someone emotionally. I just want to just say how I feel. And just because I may be right with the situation, it doesn't mean that I'm right with my words. And that's when it is absolutely important to have, a friend that you trust say, hey, I understand how you feel, but this is not the way to go about this situation. As opposed to feeding you, adding, fuel to the gasoline, and now you're in a situation that you don't need to be in because it could have been resolved in a number of ways. And you eliminate that by surrounding yourself with competent people that will take you from that ledge and not push you over the edge, that will say, hey, you're being a jerk. This situation's a 3, and now you're escalating it to a 10. Keep it at a 3. Keep it and see it for what it is and approach it for what it is. Our friends need to ground us, and we need to ground them. Friends are family that's just not blood. That's just how I've always looked at it. Now, if there's a situation where it calls for, the gasoline, then it's important that your friends like, hey, we'll go about it this way. Get your point across this way. Or maybe just saying, hey, just walk away from it altogether. Some things don't need, a resolution. Some things just need to be left as they are and just walk away from it, because there is no good outcome by pursuing an answer sometimes. And you need to have people in your life to tell you that, hey, this is not going to take you to a good place. So just leave it alone. And that takes courage. Honesty takes courage. And again, everything, is about trust. And when you have someone in your life that you trust, that will hold you accountable, and and you will hold them accountable for their actions and for their words, that is invaluable. There's no price that you could put on that. We don't all know everything. We don't all have the answers, but we can have people in our lives that will bring us close to the correct answer, or the best solution or remedy for a situation. So if you don't have someone that's gonna challenge you, then what's the point? If a person is a yes man or a yes woman in your life, that person is not loyal to you and you cannot trust them. That person will make you go down a path that you don't even know you're going down, because you're trusting their words. You're being loyal to them, but they're not being loyal and trustworthy to you, because they'll tell you yes. They'll tell you what you want to hear. They'll tell you that something's okay. They'll tell you that this dress does not make me look fat. They'll tell you that you look good in purple or pink or what have you, when brown is your color, not purple. But they want to, they have their own motivations as to why you guys are friends, and so they have neither the courage nor the motivation to tell you anything that would cause you to challenge their position in your life. They play it safe. And sometimes, being friends with someone, it's scary because the thought of losing them sucks. And sometimes you wonder, man, like if I am honest with this individual, will I lose their friendship? And in many cases, yes. But if you guys are loyal to each other and trust each other and hold each other accountable, then that's never something that you ever have to think about or consider, because you know that if they say, hey, cut your crap, that is coming from a place of love, and that means that you're the one that's messing up. And as I've said previously, sometimes we're the bad guy. And if we are the bad guy, then someone should notify us that, hey, we're not the hero of the story. We're the one, causing pain. And we need to take a step back and analyze how to tread moving forward. My friends have to be goal oriented. And goal oriented doesn't necessarily mean that they want to make $1 million or $5 million, or they want to retire on a yacht, or own 5 Lamborghinis. Goal oriented could mean that maybe they just want to lose 5 pounds. Maybe they simply want to take a road trip every year. But there's something there that is constantly propelling them forward. They're constantly growing, evolving, or adapting, and they're not stagnant. So being goal oriented means that if we're all goal oriented, and we don't have to have the same goals, but we're all trying to be better. We're pursuing more out of life. We have this one life to live, this finite amount of time to meet people, to love people, to enjoy whatever this world has to offer. And if we're just stuck in la la land, or just stuck in mediocrity, and we're completely fine with just being where we are, never advancing, then we've not lived a full life. So what a full life is to everyone is completely different. But if you're constantly striving for more, whether it's to be kinder, whether it's to say hello to just one more person every day, whether it is to read 5 books, a year, whatever it is, you are growing as a person. And if people are growing and learning constantly, then I think that is longevity. I think that is what makes people truly successful, is that the people they surround themselves with, they're growing. And while they're growing, you're also growing because it rubs off on you. So the people who you associate yourself with, they define who you are. If you surround yourself with lazy people, chances are if you weren't lazy, you're going to be lazy now. If you surround yourself with drug addicts, chances are you're going to try drugs eventually, or you'll become a drug addict yourself. So if you surround yourself with positive people, then chances are you will become a positive person, or a more positive person. Maybe you'll want to do kinder things. Maybe you would want to be more considerate of others' feelings, or maybe you show that you care more to others because you surround yourself with those kinds of individuals that feed that into you. What is the point in being friends with someone that's negative? Do you not think that their negativity will rub off on you in any way, shape, or form? It makes no sense. The old adage of show me your friends and I will show you who you are matters. So if all of my friends are great human beings, then that is also a reflection of me as well, or what I'm pursuing. I have friends that are more emotionally intelligent than I am. I have friends that are more intelligent than I am, friends that are more financially successful than I am, friends that are more empathetic than I am, and I have friends that are just way more structured than I am as well. And that blend of individuals, they showcase to me the wide spectrum of growth that exists in this life that I can also tap into. You have to take life, the good and the bad with life. And when you see a certain individual that is really good at something, if you just stand and watch what they do and how they approach maybe a difficult situation, and you analyze it, and you see that maybe you see how they react to being frustrated, and now you now question, man, how do I react when I'm frustrated? Now there's growth because you've now seen someone that is better equipped to adjusting to frustrating situations, how they handled it, and now you can add that to your repertoire of being a more well-rounded human being, that when times get tough and it's frustrating, you don't result to maybe yelling or cursing at another person, or taking out your anger on those around you. If that's how you react to situations like that, maybe now you go for a walk when you're angry. Maybe now you decide to do yoga when you're angry. So the people who you surround yourself with are really a reflection of who you are, or who you aspire to be. Whether you acknowledge it or not, that is the reality of it. So if you surround yourself with people who are just empathetic, I should say apathetic, people who are just negative, people who are fatalists, people who just can never seem to see the light in anything. And you wonder why, every time you try to come up with a new idea and you get it shut down, no, you're not entertained, or no one believes in you. It's because you surround yourself with people who don't believe in you. Sometimes when you lose a lot of the dead weight in your life, that is when you truly attain happiness, and or being content, right? So there are moments in life where all the people in your life, they're just baggage, they're just excess, and they're the quantity and not the quality of what you need. So less really is more. For me personally, I follow the hand rule. I only have as many friends as my hands can hold. And sometimes slots get replaced, but I only have two hands. That allows me to be a good friend, because if anyone calls me at any given time, I'm there. I can pick up. If someone needs me, I'm there. It's just quality. It's refreshing. It feels light. There is no drama. in my life because of my friends. My friends are not like that, and that is intentional. I take the less is more approach, and whenever I meet up with any of my friends, it's a breath of fresh air. Whether it's been 3 months or a year or 2 years, whatever it is, it's always refreshing and stimulating because that is what I invited into my life. Because no one's toxic, no one's putting me down, no one, and I'm not doing that to them either. And we're always honest with each other. When we're not okay, we say we're not okay because friends need to be there too. But that's why we're friends. When we don't know the answers, we tell each other we don't know the answers. And that's so beautiful to be able to be vulnerable to another human being and know that your vulnerability will not be exploited and that your voice will be heard and that there's trust, love, and understanding. How could you not win in life knowing that you have those things? How could you not feel like you have everything anyone could ever dream of because you have those things? So when I look at my life and I decide to take, check inventory, and I go, I love my career. I love the individuals that I work with. I love my friendships. I love my family. I have beautiful children. So many people want to have children and they can't. But I can, and I have. So many people want to find love. I don't have to search for love. I have love. So many people want to find the thing that's going to make them happy for the rest of their life. I have that. And so many people want friendships that will last a lifetime. And I have that too. But it's because I took the time to see who I was and the things that I'm okay with and the things that I'm not okay with. And by integrating more of the things that I'm okay with, I began to see life a little bit more clear, a little bit more brighter, and not so black and white. Now I can see the gray because other individuals who know more than me in certain areas of life have enlightened me. I'm very grateful for that. And I'm very fortunate to have the kind of people that I call friends in my life because there's not many real ones left in this world. And so if you have a real one, you need to appreciate it and treat it like the diamond that it is. Cherish those friendships, nurture those friendships, and invest in those friendships as well. Never forget to call and just say hello. Sometimes just call your friend and be like, hey, you're awesome. Just hang up, whatever. Just letting that person know that you're there. And that's all that matters sometimes, is just having the right people in your life and also being good to the people that you have in your life. It's not just give and take. It's more than that. That's not the premise of what makes a friendship a friendship. A friendship is giving who you are or sharing who you are truly in its purest form with another individual, and that love is reciprocated. That is the only exchange that really matters, is that love, that loyalty, that truth and integrity, those things are reciprocated. The material things don't necessarily matter. And then my final premise for if we can be friends is my friends have to see money the same way that I do. And that money is simply just a tool to get us from point A to point B. And if we don't share that philosophy, then we can't be friends. Because there are too many people that make money the basis of everything. All relationships are transactional. I'm friends with you because you can do this for me, or I do this for people because they will do this for me. It's a this for that kind of relationship. And friendships can't be defined simply by what you can do for others or what others can do for you, because then it's not real. If that is the case, then when you can't give anything else, then that person has no reason to be your friend. So the concept of money being the basis of our friendship is non-existent. We're friends because of who we are and not what we have. Because a lot of people are friends because their friendship allows them to look a certain way or be portrayed in a certain light. And it's all about what you can do for them, and never just, hey, I just want to be friends with you because you're cool and I like hanging out with you. It's no, you can be friends with me because you can do things for me. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm going to call you only when I need something. And I'm going to say that we're friends only when I need something. I'm not going to remember your birthday or your kid's birthday or what have you. But I'm going to tell you when it's my birthday because I expect you to give me a gift. That's not friendship. And there's no love in that. Now, when you assess your friendships, how many of you have the type of friendship that it's, hey, how are you doing today? I just want you to know that you're awesome. And if you need me, I'm here. Or do you have this? Hey man, what are you doing right now? Can you come by and and help me finish my report? Or hey man, it's my birthday. What are you getting me for my birthday? You know, like which one do you have, and which one sounds more appealing? The thing about life is the most valuable things are free, and when you lose them, you can never get them back. So friendships, it's not what you do for others or what they do for you that makes it beautiful and valuable. It's the things like you're having a bad day and someone calls and say, "Hey, you're awesome and you're worth it." That costs nothing. Or the moments where maybe you lost a loved one and that person says, "This will pass and this is just a season and it's okay to not be okay." That is something that if you get it, hold on to it, because it's not everyone that has that emotional understanding or even cares, you know. So why would you not try to seek something that's real? I'll never for the life of me understand why some people just constantly have to be around a ton of people to be validated by those people, as opposed to just having one or two friends and just being actually happy and not be burdened by the expectations of people who don't love you or truly care about you as a person. What makes life beautiful is that we get to live it and experience it in ways that I don't think that animals get to. How many animals are walking around as best friends, right? How many, how many birds are going by and saying, "Hey, man, your friendship really means a lot to me," to another bird. And, I don't understand how animals interact on that level, regardless. We're people. My point is that if you see something real in life, and that is friendship, cherish it. You know, loyalty matters. The choice is yours as to whether you want something real that will last a lifetime or something that's gonna just constantly put you down and hold you back. Love sets you free and love pushes you forward. So if you have something real in your life, like real friends, you're always gonna move forward. Maybe not financially, but maybe you'll move forward as a person. And that has its own wealth. Being a good person is its own currency. And I've learned that in life. There have been situations where I didn't know how to talk to certain individuals, especially when I was upset. And one of my friends, guided me and say, "Hey, this is how you navigate this situation." I will say that most of my success in life can be attributed to how I talk to people and how I interact with people. And a lot of my communicational skills, I learned them through my friendships. I learned the value of empathy and the value of effective communication, and the value of just someone told me a long time ago, and this person is one of my nearest and dearest friends. They said, never forget to say thank you. Say thank you to your family, say thank you to your friends, and say thank you to the person that you're close with, whether it's a spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, what have you. Always say thank you when you're getting support, even in the smallest of ways that may seem insignificant. Say thank you. Or if you work late and you go home, and even though no one's arguing with you because you had because maybe you missed dinner or something, say thank you because they had to sacrifice something so that you could accomplish whatever it is that you're accomplishing. So I take that with me, and I always remember to say thank you for the things that people wouldn't say thank you for. You show appreciation, and the things that you gain out of it, not that you should say thank you because you want something out of it, but the good comes back to you when you're kind. And kindness is a currency, love is a currency, understanding is a currency, being polite is a currency. There are moments where maybe I needed to get something delivered, and the time I missed a certain window, and a person said yes to making that delivery, even though I missed that delivery window. And they said yes because they're like, oh, you're always so pleasant with me. I'll definitely make an exception for you because of your kindness. I can't say that I've always been that way. Like, someone rubbed off on me, their positivity rubbed off on me to where now I'm rubbing off on someone else. Now imagine if, like, I had a person in my life that was exactly the same as me, just all they cared about was just being driven, motivated, and moving forward, and just all gas, no brakes, not caring about how I spoke to people, not caring about, how my words impacted others. Where would I be now? That guy sounds like a jerk, that he doesn't care and that he only looks out for number one, even though that's far from the truth. But someone told me to slow down one day. Slow down, look at your surroundings. What makes you successful isn't just what you know or what you can do, it's others around you. It's the little things in life, the hellos, the goodbyes. All of those things were taught to me. So you should look at your life and say thank you to the people who, whether it's your friends or parents, that have instilled certain values into you, or taught you, how important it is to say please and thank you. All those things matter. Or maybe the person that sat down with you and taught you how to invest, or the person that taught you how to draw, or what have you. Or this is a simple random act of kindness, the person that told you that those things really matter. Just say thank you to those people. Show them that they're important and they're valued as well. I never will ever think that the government can make the world a better place. I think people make the world a better place. And by that virtue, if one person can make a big difference in life, imagine what five friends can do in life if they all believe in the same thing, and how many people around them they could impact with their actions because they believe in the same things. That could either be a very good thing or it could be very unpleasant. My point is, values matter. Who you spend time with matter. What you do with your time with others, they matter. So why not choose to be friends with people who are going to make you better, who are going to add value to your life, and to make you appreciate your own self-worth? Does that not seem like something pretty cool? Is that not worth finding? You don't need an abundance of friends. Sometimes just having one is plenty. Sometimes knowing that there's a person out there in this world that cares about you and fully has your back is enough. And you have to be able to tell yourself that's enough. And just because you see someone that has a bunch of people in their lives, it doesn't mean that all those people are loyal to them. You can't measure yourself based on others. You have to measure yourself based on yourself. For example, if you could only run 2 miles last year and now you can run three, hey, you're a better person at running. If you never said hello to people and now you say hello, hey, you're a better person for saying hello to people. Whatever, it doesn't matter. All that matters is that you measure your success in life based on yourself, not based on those around you. Your success should mean more than just money or influence. It should also mean, how do you feel? Do you feel whole? Do you feel fulfilled? Those things, those words, fulfillment, and worth, self-worth, that is, those are things that if you have them, you know that you're in the right place in life. And so many people don't even know where they are in life. Real friends, there are not many out there. But if you have them, you're already more successful and you have more wealth than you possibly know what to do with.